we have a new page. It's called Request Prayer. I don't want it to show up as showing up before the home page. I'm just going to drag it down here to the end. And there you go, it's right there. Maybe I want it before Children's Ministry Director, so I just move it right there. And that's kind of cool too. It looks like that'll work pretty well. So going back to editing Request Prayer, and we go over here, and I think I mentioned before that sometimes the default template will just have a sidebar included with it. We don't want this sidebar. It's just messing up our contact form. We don't need videos on this page. It's taking up space. It's getting in the way. The sidebar is considered part of the page settings. So while we're going to page content, we're going to go not to edit yet, which is going to edit the form. Don't even think about banner, we're not doing that. Go to settings. We're going to edit the settings to get rid of the sidebar. And the way to do that is go down here to page layout, and it says one sidebar. That makes it pretty obvious. That's where you get rid of the sidebar. One sidebar, split sidebar, nope. Two sidebar, nope. We want just full width, which means no sidebar. We save it, and boom, there you go. There's no sidebar. Yay! I want to see the prayer request page and see how it looks now. And request prayer. There it is. No sidebar. And let's go back and work on the form. First of all, I don't want it called Contact Us. I want to call it Request Prayer. There's some placeholder text. I really don't know what to say here. Maybe we'll add something later about our healing, our healing prayer team, and maybe that might be something. I don't know. And we don't really need the space here. Let's get rid of that. That's how you get rid of the space. And please complete the form below. That sounds kind of cold when you're asking for a prayer request. So let's say I'm going to do a semicolon there. Now we're going to go and edit this form. This was just the stuff that's going above the form that we just did. We're going to edit the form itself. When you hover over the form, it says form. You click edit, and boom, you get to edit the form. The form name is going to be prayer request form, and it's even going to be spelled right. I wouldn't use a name in this form. It's my opinion that people probably don't want to leave their name. If they do want to leave their name, they'll put it in whatever section they're typing in. Email address. I would leave them the option to leave their email address. They might want to be contacted. However, we don't want to force them to leave an email address is what I'm thinking. You don't want to force them to leave an email address because maybe they don't want to. They just want to say something anonymously. So, you know, when you're filling out a form, if it's a required one, it usually has an asterisk like that. We don't want it required. Let's go to the email address field here. Let's edit this field, and we can deselect required, and just to let them know it's not required in case they're not paying attention to the asterisk, I would say there we go. Leave your email address if you'd like to, but it's not necessary. Okay, apply. And there you go. Subject. I guess we don't really need subject. Let's go back and edit this form. Let's get rid of subject. And here's the message. This is where they're going to put the body of, or they're going to put their prayer request. It's going to give them some space to do that. Instead of calling it message, though, it'd probably be better to make it more clear. Let's go back and change the name of this area to what would you like us to pray about? And I'm going to leave the asterisk here and make it a required field in this case because I think you can get a lot of bots sending in forms if something just goes, crazy and something happens to crawl the site, and you might get a bunch of emails of gibberish or phishing or whatever. So I would leave that a required thing, and the person can put in what they'd like to pray about. I'm thinking though, well, they'd probably put their information if they want to, so I guess that's just good enough to have it like that. There we go, and apply. There we go. Here's a submit button. I didn't take care of the submit button when they press submit. Where is it going to go? Let's go back to edit. This is where we built the form. That was the first category where we put prayer request form and the fields of the form. Each part of the form is called a form field, but you probably knew that. Storage. Storage is talking about once this information is put in there, where is this information going to be stored? It's suggesting different services you can hire or register with, but it's not really necessary. Right now it's going to the default email address, which is Dennis's email address, and he might not want to be getting all of that, so I'm thinking, can we change that one? Huh, what would happen if we did that? Let's go ahead and send it to office at northlakepc.org. And we don't need that there because it's already there. Oh, it's not going to OOFIS. That would not be good at all. It's going to office at northlakepc.org. Let's make sure it's there. It's connected. Boom, it's connected. It's going to office at northlakepc.org. When somebody sends a prayer request, boom, that's where it goes. And we apply those changes. And there you go. That's a prayer request form. Let's save it. Let's see what it looks like on our site now. Boom. There it is. Okay, so somebody goes to northlakepc.org. They can see all these wonderful choices of pages they can go to, and right here at the top, request prayer. What do they get to? They get to here, request prayer. Let us know what you'd like to pray about. Let's put in an email address. Well, that looks familiar. What would you like us to pray about? Please pray that this prayer request form works well. Thanks. And that should show up in your email on Tuesday morning. Let's see what happens now when we press submit. And this is what happens when you press submit. It automatically gives you a thank you. So people know that their form was submitted, and there you go. That is how you set up a prayer request form on the site. That's how you create a new page, and that is how you determine where a form is going to go. I'm going to, do you have any questions? We'll talk about it, or call, or email, or text, or whatever. And so that is it. Thank you.